Imagine you're sitting with your grandparent, someone who's seen life in all its glory. One day, they look at you with a serious expression and say, "I don't know how much longer I have. My heart just isn't what it used to be." You can see the weight of their words, and for a second, everything in the room feels heavy. The truth is, the older we get, the more vulnerable our hearts become. But here's the thing, aging doesn't mean surrendering to a life of ill health. What if I told you that in your hands right now, you have the power to fight back, to prevent heart attacks and manage high blood pressure, even after 60? Let me tell you a story about someone who, like many, ignored the small signs of stress, fatigue, and growing health concerns. Mark was in his early 60s when he started feeling tired all the time. His blood pressure was higher than it should be, but he shrugged it off. He had always been too busy to exercise, always making excuses. He knew about heart disease, it ran in his family, but he didn't think it would happen to him. One day, while getting out of bed, he felt a sharp pain in his chest. The tightness was unbearable. A sudden wave of panic hit him, but it was only after visiting the doctor that he realized how close he had come to having a heart attack. What if Mark had known about a few simple exercises that could have helped him prevent that pain? Exercises that don't require expensive equipment, a gym membership, or even complicated routines. What if all he needed was to make small changes to his lifestyle every single day? Well, I'm here to tell you that those exercises exist, and they can completely change the way you think about heart health, especially after the age of 60. Let's begin with one of the most powerful things you can do for your heart: aerobic exercise. It's not about running marathons or pushing yourself past your limits. It's about creating a routine that helps keep your heart in top condition. It could be as simple as a brisk walk every morning, or maybe taking the stairs instead of the elevator. The key is to get your heart rate up, even just a little, and keep it elevated. Over time, this strengthens your cardiovascular system. For people over 60, this is an absolute game changer. Think about this. When you're walking at a moderate pace, it's not just your legs doing the work. Your heart is pumping blood, your lungs are filling up with oxygen, and your body is working in harmony. Each step is a reminder that you're actively preventing that slow buildup of plaque in your arteries, which can lead to heart attacks. Now, you don't have to run. You don't need to be out of breath. In fact, the goal is to sustain a pace where you can still talk but feel your heart working harder. When Jane, another client I worked with, first started walking regularly, she felt winded after just 10 minutes. But by the end of the first month, she was walking briskly for 30 minutes straight every day without feeling exhausted. She felt stronger, more energetic, and her blood pressure dropped significantly. That simple daily habit became the foundation for her overall health. Walking, just walking, has been shown to reduce the risk of heart disease by up to 30%. If you're over 60, think about how much of an impact this can have on your life. A simple walk in the park could be the thing that saves your heart. But aerobic exercise isn't the only thing that can help your heart. As we age, our muscles start to weaken, and so do our blood vessels. This is where strength training comes into play. Don't worry, you don't need to start lifting heavy dumbbells or building muscle mass like a bodybuilder. What you need is resistance training that keeps your muscles strong, your bones healthy, and your blood pressure under control. The beauty of strength training for heart health is that it improves circulation and lowers blood pressure, helping your heart pump blood more efficiently. Let me tell you about Michael, a man in his late 60s who had never picked up a weight in his life. He thought he'd missed the boat on strength training, but when his doctor suggested he try resistance exercises, he was skeptical. Still, Michael decided to give it a shot, starting with basic movements, squats, lunges, and using resistance bands. After a few months of training, he noticed significant improvements. Not only did his blood pressure drop, but he felt more confident too. He had more energy, and his balance improved. These changes weren't just physical, they were emotional too. Strength training gave him a renewed sense of control over his health. And here's the thing. You don't need a gym membership for this. You can start with bodyweight exercises like squats, lunges, and push-ups. Even using a resistance band can have profound effects. In fact, research shows that just 2 to 3 strength training sessions a week can reduce systolic blood pressure by as much as 8 millimeters of mercury. Now you might be thinking, okay, I'm walking, I'm doing some strength training, but what about flexibility? That's where stretching and balance exercises come in. As we age, our muscles naturally become stiffer and our joints lose flexibility. This can put unnecessary strain on the heart as the body is less efficient at circulating blood. Stretching and balance exercises like yoga or Tai Chi are excellent ways to reduce stress, improve circulation, and support your heart health. Think about a time you've done yoga or even a deep stretch after a long day. The sensation of releasing tight muscles feels incredible, right? Imagine doing that every day. When Evelyn, a 72-year-old woman who struggled with chronic back pain, started doing yoga, she didn't just feel relief from her aches. Her blood pressure, which had been high for years, gradually started to normalize. Yoga is known for improving flexibility, but it also helps regulate the nervous system, which is essential for heart health. It calms the mind, reduces stress, and supports better sleep, all things that play a role in preventing heart disease. But the thing is, it's not only about flexibility. Balance exercises, like those in Tai Chi, improve your coordination, lower your risk of falls, and also contribute heart health by improving circulation. And the mental clarity that comes with these practices? It's priceless. Picture yourself practicing slow, deliberate movements in your living room, breathing deeply with every step. Not only is it calming, but it's also protecting your heart. You're reducing the stress that, if left unchecked, could lead to heart disease or high blood pressure. And that brings us to our final exercise, the simplest, yet most effective, deep breathing. You might be surprised to learn that something as simple as how you breathe can have a profound effect on your heart. Stress is one of the leading causes of high blood pressure, and deep breathing exercises help activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which calms your body and reduces stress. It's a technique that takes mere minutes, but the impact it has on your heart is enormous. Think of it like this. When you take deep, slow breaths, you send a signal to your brain that everything is okay. Your heart rate slows down, your blood pressure drops, and you feel a wave of relaxation wash over you. It's a tool you can use anytime, anywhere. As we go through life, we often forget the power of these simple, everyday practices. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle of life, to think that health is something you'll deal with later. But the truth is, your heart is constantly working for you. It's your job to return the favor. You don't need to wait for a wake-up call like Mark did. By implementing these 4 exercises into your daily routine, you can start protecting your heart right now. Imagine a life where you're no longer afraid of heart attacks, where you feel stronger, more energetic, and at peace with your health. Imagine the joy of growing older with the knowledge that you've done everything you can to prevent heart disease. You deserve that peace of mind. Your heart deserves that care. Thanks for sticking with me until the end. If you start implementing just 1 or 2 of these exercises today, you're on your way to a healthier, longer life. And remember, it's never too late to start. Don't wait for tomorrow. Start today. Your heart will thank you.